Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry. I hope you're safe and well. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by two of my good friends from HPCi Media. I had to get the letters in the right order there. Brian Heyburn and Don Phares from Cleanroom Technology Magazine and Manufacturing Chemist Magazine, because they are going to be talking about the upcoming Cleanroom Technology Conference and Manufacturing Chemist Live, which is a joint conference which is running at the National Conference Centre in Birmingham. It's near Coventry as well, though, to be fair, on May the 24th and 25th. So we're going to do a bit of a preview on the event and find out a bit more about what people can expect if they sign up to attend in a couple of weeks' time. So Brian, Don, it's lovely to see you both. How are you, first of all?
Yes, very well. How are you doing?
I'm very well. And Don, I saw you in Philly only 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Or 3 weeks ago now. Have you recovered?
I have just, I think. Yes.
Good. All right. Well,
it's a good show.
Great. Well, it's good to see you both. Now, first question is for people not familiar with the conferences themselves. Can someone give me a quick overview of the event and the history of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So firstly, Cleanroom Technology has been a magazine and website for the last 30 years. Right. And it occurred to us about 7 years ago that with all these people reading the mag, visiting the website and advertising with us, maybe we should all get together and do some kind of event. So we kind of banged our heads together and decided, look, we need to put on something. And then the Cleanroom Technology Conference was born in 2017.
Right.
And that ran on its own, I think, for 5 years. And then, we decided that we needed to do something similar for Manufacturing Chemist. So then the Manufacturing Chemist live event was born as well. And because there's a lot of crossover with the two, we thought it made sense to co-locate them so people could benefit from both events at the same time.
Brilliant. And for people not familiar, have never been to the event, as I said, it's at the National Conference Centre. So I know the numbers will vary, and obviously COVID has had an impact in terms of how many people have turned up. But in general, how many sort of exhibitors do you normally expect to see there, and how many visitors do you normally get?
So last year, we had, I think, a total of about 70 exhibitors across both events,
right,
and just shy of 400 people. I think it was about 370 or 380 last year. And we're tracking this year to be around the same.
Fantastic.
So compared to the first year when we had 20 exhibitors and about 150 people, it's come a long way. So there was a little dip after COVID, but it's come back now, and we're positive about where the events are going.
Cool, excellent. Don, do you want to add anything about the history of the event?
Well, no, I think Brian's covered there. Manufacturing Chemist is coming up for 100 years old. So I think it's Europe's longest running pharmaceutical publication. And as Brian said, when we've got all those connections, it made sense to make an event.
Fantastic. And you said 100 years, I nearly cracked a joke then, but I've stopped myself there.
Yeah, I haven't worked on it all that time. I know what the joke's going to be.
Anyway, let's moving on. So let's talk a bit more about the conferences. Both, obviously, you've got two conferences co-located. So, what topics are covered, and what are the tracks, and also what are some of the keynote speakers people can expect to see?
Okay, so on Manufacturing Chemist, what we're looking at is new legislation that's coming through from the FDA. We're looking at good manufacturing practice, Annex 1, ECG legislation. So really, if you're looking at future-proofing your company and getting over the problems that you might be finding, this is the event to be at and to listen to those speakers. On Cleanroom, I think Brian delved on it earlier. Cleanroom is the only event for Cleanroom. It's the #1 world event for that. And if you've got a problem in a Cleanroom, or you want to find new methods, again, that is the event to be at.
Right. Okay.
Some of our highlights, I think, day one, we have Peter Payne from NPC speaking about Annex 1. Karen Rossington from Context, she's speaking about disinfectant residue management in Cleanroom. And then we also have Eco2, which this one excites me. It's inside the world's first dynamically controlled cleanroom. So that sounds pretty exciting talk on that side. And then on the Manufacturing Chemist side, again, this is really good. We've got Guy and Hovey on, which you may have heard have joined forces. first partnership like that in the pharmaceutical world, I believe. And they're going to be delivering benefits on continuous tableting. And that will be done by Philip Gabb from GIA and Philip Gasper from Hovion.
Oh, cool. That all just sounds really interesting. Yeah, sorry, did you want to add anything? Yeah.
Sorry?
Did you want to add anything?
Well, yeah, we've also got AstraZeneca, Pfizer, NSF. There's some big hitters there. So it's got a good lineup, a really good lineup.
Fantastic. And same question to you, Brian. Anything to add to what Don said?
Yeah, I mean, I think Don's covered it quite well there in terms of the content that we're covering and the people. But it's worth mentioning that we've got a couple of really exciting new names this year coming to the podium that we haven't seen at the show before.
Right.
Simon Payne from Combustion is going to be at the event. We've got Kate Marshall coming from Protac Scientific, who are a new company that are being involved with the event this year too. So it's exciting to be seeing new faces, talking about new things, and upcoming people in the industry that can present what it is that they need to at the shows.
Fantastic. Now, is there anything new though people can expect to see from the event which wasn't there last year, for example? I know you talked about the tracks and so. Is there anything new that you're doing this year to encourage greater engagement?
Well, we have our drinks reception at the end of day one, which is that's outside of the conference. And I always find you get really good talks when everyone lets their hair down a little bit. And you get some interesting talks. So we have that at the end of day one. And I'm going back to GIA. GIA is going to be live beaming a full manufacturing line from Belgium. So anyone that's never seen a full manufacturing line, it's a good chance to see one. It's not something you will get invited to by any client because they like to keep that side confidential, who they're running, that type of thing. So it's a good opportunity.
Right. Brian, anything to add?
Yeah, I think the only thing I would mention is that in terms of the overall structure of the event, we have discussed what should we change? Should we add something new from year to year to try and make it a little bit different? But actually, it's kind of like, if it's not broken, let's not try and fix it. So we've kept the structure the same with the exhibition in one hall, or two halls, actually, with the Man Chem in a separate hall and the conference is running alongside. But the only thing we've ensured is different this year is the content, the speakers. We've got a load of new delegates and a lot of new companies showcasing their products and services too. So as long as we keep those things different from year to year, keep building on the people and companies that are getting involved, we're happy.
Cool, excellent. Now, one question I'm going to ask you is that obviously, I know during COVID, you had quite a large digital element. You had to have a digital element anyway, because obviously no one could come out. How much of the event is available digital? Because you mentioned obviously GIA doing a presentation remotely as well for the delegates. So how much of that content is available virtually while the conference is running? And if it isn't, is it available on demand after the conference?
Yeah, so we experimented with having it streamed live during the event itself, as you mentioned, during COVID, and we did actually keep that going for 1 year post-COVID. But what we found is that meant that sometimes people wouldn't turn up on the day. Of last minute, they go, do you know what, I'll stay at home. And the result of that was that a lot of our exhibitors perhaps didn't get quite the networking opportunities that they wanted. So we've now changed it in that if you want to see the talks, you have to be there on the day, which ensures our exhibitors and sponsors get to meet with these people, which is obviously really key for a successful show. However, if people can't make notes quick enough, everyone that actually purchases a ticket to the show can access the presentations afterwards in a PDF, in a PowerPoint presentation. They're all available for download, so people can watch them afterwards.
Fantastic. All right, so final question to both of you. You've got less than 2 weeks now, I think, till the event. I might be wrong.
Correct.
Yeah.
Goodness,
So
we need to start preparing.
What are you doing? Well, you should be working now. Exactly. Why should people attend Cleanroom Technology and or Manufacturing Chemist live? Who's going to do that? Don, you want to talk about Manufacturing Chemist, and maybe Brian can talk about Cleanroom Technology then?
Yeah, with Manufacturing Chemist, I'm going to, it's sort of, I did answer this one a little bit earlier. I think, with the different legislation that's coming out, and there's always new techniques for good manufacturing practice. If you're concerned about that in your company, or you want to improve that side of your business, this is a really good set of talks to be at. You're going to hear from big pharma, like I say, in Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and then you're going to hear from the people that are actually doing the manufacturing as well. So it's a really good event to be at for that side of things.
All right. And same question to you, Brian, in terms of Cleanroom Technology Conference.
Yeah, I think to really stress the point that was touched on earlier, that there is only one Cleanroom conference. There are lots of other events that touch on the contamination control and clean rooms, but there is only one Cleanroom Technology Conference, and with that comes a lot of exclusive content. And if you're serious about streamlining your operations in clean rooms or getting the best suppliers, meeting with all these people in one place, this really is the event to be at.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you for taking time out. I know it's a Friday afternoon and you want to sort of chill out now, so what I say is thank you very much for sharing that information. I wish you lots of success in the next couple of weeks getting everything sorted out for the setup and the build up. This is always the most stressful time of the week before, to make sure it all goes smoothly.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing you both in person, hopefully on day one. So
That'd
there
be
you go,
great.
viewers. If you'd like to know more about Cleanroom Technology Conference or Manufacturing Chemist Live, then check out the links which will be above the video. You can also message Brian and Don on LinkedIn. They are on LinkedIn. You can send them a message and ask them any questions if you like as well. But you can also go to the links above the video and find out more. And as I say, hopefully, if you're going to be there yourself, I look forward to seeing you in person on day one. So, gentlemen, once again, thank you for seeing you, talking to me today. It's lovely to see you both. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rizwan. Cheers.
Thanks, Rizwan.